Today for Tactical Tuesday, we are going to talk about one of our favorite calibers that we offer here at the shop, and that is the humble 22 LR. So as mentioned at the beginning of the video, this week for Tactical Tuesday, we wanted to take a look at some of our favorite 22 LR handguns that we offer here at the shop. The reason that we wanted to talk about these guns, besides the fact that they're just incredibly fun guns, is we wanted to discuss kind of their use cases and why you may want to consider picking one up and having it in your firearms collection. As you can see in front of me, we have 4 different brands of 22 handguns, with the only commonality being really that they all shoot 22 LR. We've got the Glock 44, the Sig P322, the FN 502 Tactical, and the Ruger 2245 Light pistol. Each one of these are incredibly fun pistols to own. What makes them such a nice pistol to own is that regardless of it, whether you are a brand new shooter and you're learning how to handle a handgun and you want to do so safely, or you are a very seasoned shooter and you just are looking for something really fun and enjoyable to take out to the range, these handguns will fit that bill perfectly. Now, as I kind of mentioned before, these guns are excellent training devices, especially if you have a younger shooter or somebody who's a little bit more timid around handguns. These guns are excellent because they have very little recoil, but they feel very much like their full-size, bigger caliber brothers. Especially the Glock 44, it is the exact same size and very similarly weighted to the standard Glock 19. So if you already own a Glock 19 or you're trying to get familiar with a Glock 19, it's going to be an excellent tool and firearm to have in your collection because it allows you to get all of the same repetitions and same feel as your standard 9mm Glock 19. In fact, a couple of us here at the shop own these, and while ammo prices were very, very high and very expensive, we would use the Glock 44 as our trainer gun instead of using the Glock 19, which was causing us to expend a lot of our 9mm ammo. And because it's the exact same size as a standard Glock 19, it meant that we could go ahead and use the holsters that we already have for our Glock 19s and continue to get that good quality training, but with a caliber that's much cheaper to shoot. So that was a huge benefit in that regard. The other benefit to having these style of handguns is we were able to teach our friends and family how to shoot on a gun that's a little bit more tame than your standard 9mm. And while 9mm isn't aggressive by most cases, if it's your first time shooting a handgun or if you have little ones that you're trying to teach firearm safety to, oftentimes starting them off on something like a 22 is going to be a little bit better because it's less intimidating due to the fact that the recoil is so much less. So besides the fact that they're incredibly fun guns, they are also very useful when trying to teach first-time shooters how to handle the handgun properly and safely. Now, while I mentioned the Glock 44, the Sig P322 and the FN 502 Tactical are also excellent candidates for teaching somebody how to handle a firearm properly. And while the Sig and the FN aren't exactly a one-for-one replica of a bigger 9mm version, they are very similar as far as the controls and feel goes in hand. So even if you started somebody off on one of these and then they eventually graduated to the 9mm version of these firearms, while it's not an exact copy, it's so close that it's going to feel very similar, and they're going to be able to jump into those bigger calibers while still maintaining a lot of the familiarity as far as the controls of the handgun goes. They're excellent candidates if you're looking to get somebody trained on a handgun without having that intimidation factor of a bigger caliber. So while we've covered the Glock, the Sig, and the FN, that's going to lead us to arguably my favorite pistol that's on the table, the Ruger MK4 2245 Light. Guys, this is an awesome pistol. In fact, most of the employees at Modern Warriors own at least one variation of this pistol. I've got one, the cameraman here's got one. They're awesome. Whether you want to keep it more of like a fun, sporty color that you see here, or you want to get a very tactical aesthetic one, Ruger makes all sorts of variations of these pistols to really accommodate whatever shooting style you're into. They are an incredibly fun platform. They're accurate out of the box. They've got a decent trigger, optic and suppressor ready. So regardless of your shooting skill level, whether you're brand new to the world of shooting or you're a very seasoned shooter, the Ruger MK4 is a very fun platform to have in your tool bag. And really that goes for all of the guns here in front of us. Whether you're looking for something that's going to be suppressor capable like the Ruger, the FN, or the Sig, or if you're just looking for like a really good trainer gun, having a 22 pistol in the range bag is a very useful tool to have. They're fun, they're cheap comparably to other handguns to shoot. While 22 ammo isn't as cheap as it has been in the past, it is still by far the cheapest caliber you can buy, especially in the quantities that it's sold. So it doesn't hurt the bank to go out and shoot a couple hundred rounds through any of these pistols because it still is very affordable to do so. If you have any questions about any of these pistols that you see here on the table, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We are more than happy to spend that time with you to help answer any questions you may have about any of these platforms. And always feel free to come by the shop. You can call us, send us a message, whether it's through Instagram, YouTube, however you found this video. We're happy to answer those questions you may have. And guys, until next week, continue to train hard, train smart, and God bless you.